Steve Kornacki over at NBC was explaining how Republicans actually have a fantastic shot at winning the midterms, and you can see it really hit him in real time that Democrats might be in trouble. Take a look.
So how could he actually be in a position where we're talking about the House being in play next year, at least potentially? Well, it's because the makeup of that Republican majority that got decimated in 2018 is very different from the makeup of the Republican majority right now. And that's what we want to show you right here. Republicans in 2018 were exposed all over the place. Check this out here. Republicans in 2018 in districts that had been carried by Hillary Clinton in the 2016 presidential election, anti-Trump districts, there were 25 of them in the 2018 midterms. There are only 3 Republicans right now representing districts that Donald Trump didn't carry in the last presidential election. How about the next rung here? Call these sort of marginally pro-Trump districts. These are districts that Trump won by less than 7.5 points. There were 23 of these in 2018 midterms. There's almost a similar number now, 19, not quite as high. But we're highlighting these two groups because this is where Republicans suffered almost all of their damage in the 2018 midterms. Of those 25 from anti-Trump districts in 2018, Republicans lost 22 of those seats. Of the 23 that were marginally pro-Trump, Republicans lost 2/3 of them. You can't see it because of the red on red there, but 15 of the 23, 22 and 15. 37 losses of seats by Republicans in these two categories in 2018. That's almost all of the losses that they suffered. It was a 40-seat defeat for them. And you can see right now, again, only 3 in anti-Trump districts and a slightly smaller number, 19 in those marginally pro-Trump districts. You could play this out and look at the other types of districts here. There were a couple of upsets in 2018 of Republicans in solidly pro-Trump districts, and then there were no Republican losses in this category, the Trump landslide districts in 2018. And look, the Republicans have fewer overall seats now, but there are more Republicans in truly safe Trump landslide districts. So if you're looking ahead to 2026 and what Republicans are trying to pull off right here, it would essentially be, look, can you really severely limit your loss in these two categories? This is where the damage was done in 18.
So I showed this video on my show last week, but I had to show it again because it really does show how different this election could be. It is not the same. As I talked about before, no other time this century has the incumbent party won the midterms except in 2002, and that was right after 9/11, so it really doesn't count. The political atmosphere was completely different than anything we've seen since then. The difference between Trump's first midterm in 2018 and now is actually staggering, to Steve Kornacki's point. What he's saying in that video is basically that in 2018, Republicans as a whole were actually more popular than Donald Trump. If you just look at the districts that each won, that was true. And there were a lot of districts that they won that Trump lost to Hillary Clinton, essentially, even though Trump actually still beat Hillary Clinton. However, if you look at the polling right now, it is the opposite of that. Trump won, and again, in 2018 was a bit of a bloodbath. I think Republicans lost 42 seats to Democrats. So if you want to look at what not to do, don't do what Paul Ryan did in 2018, essentially. But what we're looking at right now, in contrast from 2016 to 2024, is that Trump won a ton of districts and might even be more popular than the Republican Party at whole. We don't know for sure yet. We won't know until the midterms are over, but we do know that Trump won districts in 2024 that Hillary Clinton won in 2016. And what that means is that he might be able to pull some Republicans over the edge that normally might have flipped back in a midterm race. Obviously, redistricting is also going to play a massive role, and I've talked about that at length. But if I were Trump, if I was the Trump team, the Republican Party, his syndicates, I would go to every single district that he won that is a purple district, and I would do a rally. And I would endorse the candidate there, and I would talk them up. I would do all of that. I would go to all those districts. I would focus all the money, if I were the Republican Party, on those districts, because if they hold them, Republicans will win the midterms. I am so excited to announce that the Josh Carr Show is on We the Free. We the Free is a conservative streaming platform that allows shows like mine to say what I want without big tech trying to censor me, which happens all of the time, not just to my show, but other big conservative shows. They've got fantastic shows right now, ranging from politics like mine to Second Amendment content, tons of Second Amendment content if you're into that. From if you're a big firearm veteran, or if you're just getting into it like myself, you'll enjoy it. Head to the link in the description below to support conservative media as we take back American culture from the legacy media. Thank you so much for watching this episode, everybody. Please like the video so other great patriots like yourselves will see it, and tune in every single weekday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show, or you can watch another video right here.